Huh? Um, I gotta write it down. Okay. Everybody, my name is Lady J, and we're here just to talk a little bit about some of the Baltimore news, some of the stuff that's going on in our city. Just catching up a little bit because y'all, every day is something different. So we're just going to do a little bit of news that's going on. Now, one of the things, and if you have anything that you want to add or you want to type in the comments about something that you heard that's going on, go ahead and put it down there in the comments and we will talk about it. Now, one of the things that caught my attention while I was on vacation last week, sorry, sorry, but one of the things that caught my attention while I was on vacation last week was President Biden. And I was listening to the news where Biden was calling out Baltimore for all of the crime and all of the stuff that we have going on here. Now, we had Trump who did the same thing. Oh, I forgot to share. Make sure y'all share this video. We had Trump who did the same thing. Remember when Trump was in office, Trump called our city out for the rats, for the trash, and for other stuff that's going on. And to be honest with you, I couldn't even disagree with Trump on that because he was right. If you go to certain parts of the city that I walk through, certain neighborhoods, yes, it's a lot of trash. People are living in trash, living, not because they want to live that way, but because they're having trouble with, the DPW coming to get their stuff and picking it up. I don't know what that story is about. I'll find out though. And so we had that going on. And so President Biden, actually, I was looking at this article and it says that Baltimore is at the center of the Biden administration strategy being announced to try to curb the gun violence. What do y'all think about that? Do you really think that the president can do anything about the crime in our city? Because I don't know. The only one I know that can help us is Jesus. Because I feel like we're at an impasse right now. And there's so much going on in the city with this crime. Sometimes I feel like I don't even want to go outside the door because you never know if you're going to make it back home in our city. Like people getting shot in the head, they're getting stabbed. Probably as I'm speaking right now, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to be funny, it's probably someone that's being killed right now. That's how bad the crime is in our city. And even in the neighborhood where I live at, which is not considered a bad neighborhood, but there's been crime going on here any time of the day. I can hear pop, 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 guns going off. I've heard people getting beat up. Like all kinds of stuff has been going on. I live on a one-way street. Sometimes if activity goes down, they driving up the one-way street. So we're in a city of Baltimore where we definitely are in a city in crisis. Let me slow down. I got to get my words together. We are a city in crisis. And so Biden is talking about Baltimore as well as other cities and, really talking about what he can do or, what needs to be done. We know Governor Hogan has said his 2 cents about Baltimore City and what we need and how they need to get a handle on the crime in the city. But what do you guys think? Do you really think that the mayor, the police commissioner, and we're going to talk about the police in just a minute. But do you really feel like they can stop this crime? Because I don't know. Like I just at this point in time, like how many police commissioners are we going to go through to help us with the crime? So that's one thing that was going on, y'all. The other thing, that really blew me away last week and really got my attention was the earthquakes. Um, how we're in Baltimore City, right? We are in Baltimore City, so that was the one thing that was really tripping me out last week was the earthquake. So we had an earthquake on Friday. Um, Friday afternoon, there was an earthquake on the west side of Baltimore. If you live in Baltimore, it was over in the Forest Park area, and I'm sure everybody knows about it by now. Over in the Forest Park area, Gwen Oak, Edmondson, Security Mall area, Westbury Mall. Like it was on the west side. And after the earthquake was over, it was a 2.6 magnitude earthquake. And so some people, I had posted something and there were people in the comments saying 2.6 is nothing. I live in California. That's nothing to us, and it was almost like, why are you making a big deal about this? Well, the reason it was a big deal to us is because we live in Baltimore. We don't get earthquakes here. So it was a big deal to us and people were concerned. 2.6 to us, look, that's a big thing because we live in the city and stuff like that just does not happen on the regular. So that happened on Friday night, and I'm in this neighborhood group. And in the neighborhood group, my phone was like ping, 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 ping. Everybody was talking about they heard this loud boom. They thought it was an explosion because there's been times when we've had gas explosions and people's houses have blown up and everything. This time, y'all, it was an earthquake in Baltimore City. And so everybody's texting. I went out and did my live and everything about it, trying to get all the news that I could. And as I'm doing the live, the news stations are coming across my phone saying, yes, it was an earthquake. So that was the one thing. After I did the live and I went back in and I finally made it back home, which when I got back home, because it happened in my neighborhood as well. So when I got back home, I could see that because I'm a neat freak. I could see that the curtains looked like somebody had just went like this with the curtains and the shower curtain and everything fell. But outside of that, everything else was good. And so, thank God. But in between me getting home, people were starting to also text in the neighborhood group chat. And if y'all don't have neighborhood, get on neighborhood because it tells you everything that's going on in your community in real time. And so people were texting in the neighborhood like they started to feel aftershocks. Now, this is while I'm watching the news. As I'm watching the news, they're saying on the news, stay in, stay where you are, get under a table, because normally after an earthquake, there are aftershocks. So people were texting in the group chat that they were feeling the aftershocks. So we found out that was true as well in Baltimore City, right? Baltimore City. So that was one earthquake. So I was at my parents' house over the weekend, and I get another ping on my phone. I think it was, oh gosh, was it Saturday? It might have been Saturday night. I'll have to look on my phone, but I get another ping on my phone. Another earthquake, 1.6 magnitude in the Edmondson Village area. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I think it was Saturday night. And it happened like in the middle of the night, it happened. And people were saying the same thing. It felt like an explosion. It felt like somebody had hit their house. So twice within the past weekend, Baltimore has had, well, at least on the west side, I don't know what we doing over here on the west side, that we got two earthquakes. Y'all better get it together over here. Because on the east side, I have family that lives on the east side, north, south. They say they didn't get anything. So I don't know what we doing over here. Maybe Jesus trying to get our attention, child. I don't know. But that's what happened over the weekend, and people were really scared. And then there were several accidents because people were actually driving while the earthquake was going on. And so, you don't know what's going on. And of course, people panic. And so there were several earthquakes as well. So that happened this past weekend. And so I don't know if that happened to you, go ahead and put it in the comments. If you felt it, let me know. The other thing that happened was I did an interview with Pastor Shannon Wright last week. And the interview, you see, as I'm talking, I'm looking at my phone just pinged. I have it on silent, but it says a crime scene, gunshots, yellow tape, police on the scene. Don't come up on Denison Street. It is blocked off. And that's what I'm saying. Hey, Christina Flowers, even as I'm talking, and this is what I'm saying about the city, and this is what the president is saying as well. Even as I'm talking to you all, and I said this a few minutes ago, it will probably be a crime going on as I'm talking to you. And sure enough, it is. It's just Baltimore City. And it's so sad because I think we've gotten so immune to the crime that it's just like when stuff like that comes across our phone, we like, oh, okay. And we just keep doing what we're doing. And so I hope that they really figure out something because, our city, we got to do better. So the other thing that happened, which I was saying before that interrupted me, is that I interviewed Pastor Shannon Wright last week. And the reason I interviewed her is because I came across some news that she was doing. And her and a few other people have put a petition together where they are trying to get the mayor, the mayor, the city council president. I want to make sure I have it right. The mayor, city council president, Sharon Green Middleton, Ryan Dorsey, and Robert Stokes, trying to get them out of their position because they feel like they are not doing what they've been elected to do. So they now have a petition going on, which I wasn't even aware that city council, if you got so many people to sign the petition, that city council could literally put those people out of their seats. I did not. Christina said helicopters. Helicopters around here now, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute, Christine. I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people don't even understand when you say helicopters around here unless you live in Baltimore. So I interviewed Christina, Lord Jesus. I interviewed Pastor Shannon Wright, and basically what she was saying is, because I asked her certain questions, are you doing this because some of you that are on the committee that are trying to get him out, you were running for office. So is this a political move? She said, absolutely not. They are really concerned about the crime. Again, we're back to the crime. They're really concerned about the crime that's going on in the city, and they want something done. And they don't feel like the elected officials that we currently have are doing the job that they have been put in office to do. So that petition is going around as well. And again, they have formed their committee. I'm actually going to be doing the town hall with them pretty soon, so y'all stay in touch because we're going to talk more about it. Because as you know, we can't get mad at them because as citizens, they have a right to do that. Like we all have a right to do stuff. And so again, they're calling for the mayor to step down. What's his name? Mr. Robert Stokes. They're calling for Sharon Green Middleton to step down. They're calling for Ryan Dorsey to step down. And they're also calling for Nick Mosby to step down out of their petitions, out of out of their positions. And let me just say this real quick, y'all. If you ever see me stuttering or not get my words together, it's because I've had 3 strokes. And sometimes if I continue to talk and talk and talk, that's what happens. So that's what's going on right now. I'm still working on it. I'm still in therapy. I'm still working on it. Christina says, well, I am researching parties. I'm looking at becoming an independent. Absolutely. And I was independent for a long time. And I think we have that right because if you feel like the party that you've chosen is not doing their job in the city that you live in, then you have a right to switch up. Or even, for our country, you have a right to switch up. It's our right. It's our right. The only thing I would say is vote. Just make sure you vote because every vote counts. And Christina says they are very proactive, the Republican parties, but they are committees. True, very true. The Republicans be out there working though, but I'm not an independent anymore. I'm no longer an independent, and not anymore. See, I'll be looking around at everything that's going on, and if I'm not happy, it's like church. Just like I'm not committed to nobody. It's like church, and I say this all the time. If I come to your church and you're doing something that I feel like that's out of pocket, or you just not doing what you've been what I feel as though I shouldn't say what I feel as though, but if you're not doing things according to the word of God as I see it, then I'm gone. I'm not going to be with you. So I got out of the Democratic Party because I felt like, and being honest with you, and this is going off topic for just a couple of seconds because then we're going to get back. But when I was being in the Democratic Party for years, I was Democrat because my family's, they're all Democrats, they're Democrats. And then like a few years back, I was like, I'm just going to be independent because at this point in time, I don't feel like the Democrats are really doing what they're saying they're going to do. I'm not really seeing that. And then when I got into radio and all, I didn't get the support from them, from the Democrats. You try to get them to do a show, you try to ask them a question, you try to, go around and be a part of what they're doing. They don't support. They look at you like you're crazy. And I'm like, why am I running up in their neighborhoods and their communities, putting my life at risk? You're not paying me. I'm coming out here with my stuff to try to help to promote you, but you don't have time to talk to me. I started to say somebody's name because he really rubbed me the wrong way. And he's one of our senators. And he rubbed me the wrong way. Um, because I'm always going to be down for my people. But when you are not down for me, when you're not supporting me, I'm out. So the only ones that really supported me while I was out here and still support me while I'm doing what I'm doing, who backed me, who got me into places that I probably would never get into, got me interviews that I probably never would have gotten, who really pushed Lady J a little bit further than I probably would have gotten, are the Republicans. And I'm not a Trump lover. I'm none of that. I'm for the people that's actually out here doing what they said they're going to do. Because you know what? All of the parties have problems. Every last one of them. But I'm with whoever's I see out here working. You're going to hear what I like. You're going to hear what I don't like. But if you're not supporting me, why am I supporting you? If I can't get you to even be in my magazine for free, why am I'm not going to beg nobody. So anyway, that's off the subject. We're not talking about that right now. We'll talk about that another day because that does rub me the wrong way. I don't want to keep going. But anyway, back to the stuff that's going on in Baltimore. So then the other thing that happened is that I was downtown and these squeegee boys were, hey Joshua, how you doing? The squeegee boys were downtown. And y'all, I love the squeegee boys. I do. I mean, it's just my heart. I love them because for me, I take the time and I go talk to them. I find out what's going on. I tell them, look, stay out of trouble. You need something to eat. You good? And, that's how I am when I go down and I talk to them. So I was downtown. We were in the car doing something, me and my son. We were going somewhere. And so the boys came up to the window and I was like, oh man, I don't have any change. I was just coming off my trip. I don't have no money on me. So I said to the boy, you have Cash App? So she said, yeah. He was like, my friend has it too. I said, look, I'm a Cash App y'all $20, $10 a piece. Y'all do what y'all want. Go get something to eat. Go do something. And he sent me the nicest note. We talk about them. We don't know why they're outside. We don't know why they're doing what they're doing, but all of them are not bad. And a lot of times, if you just take the time to talk to them, you will find that out. Um, a lot of them are out there because they need the money. They're trying to help their family. They're trying to help their parent, mom or dad pay bills. So that's a reason that they're out there. So I'm just throwing that in there because I don't want people to, I'm always hearing negative stuff about the squeegee kids and I'm sick of it. Let's try to be more positive and more proactive. And the way that you really find out how people, what they're going through is that you talk to them, ask questions. All of them may not want to talk, but the ones that every time I've gone to them and said something, they've talked, they've been very nice. I don't have any complaints. Um, Another bit of news that just happened. We had a Baltimore firefighter. We want to give condolences to her family, but a Baltimore firefighter, paramedic, was killed in a crash. Um, and her name was Lori Underwood. She's a 19-year veteran of the Baltimore City Fire Department. She died Sunday morning from injuries she suffered in a motorcycle accident. And so we want to send out our condolences to her. The mayor, he sent out his condolences and everything. Um, she was actually struck by a car. And so we want to send our condolences to her family. We need our firefighters. They are so important. And so we definitely want to put that out there. Now, another thing that happened on Sunday, another bit of news, a man was fatally shot, another dead in a hit and run Sunday night. The news. It doesn't get any better. The news is just it's just I don't even know what to say no more. But anyway, one man was fatally shot in West Baltimore and another was killed in a hit and run in Northeast Baltimore on Sunday night, according to the Baltimore police. At approximately 9:30 p.m., Northern District Police patrol officers responded to the 5700 block of Sedonia, that's up by Frankfurt neighborhood, and it was a hit and run. Pedestrian walking across the street got hit by a car. Um, the man was 68 years old, hit and run, and he actually died on the scene. So we want to send out condolences to his family as well. Um, that's just a little bit of the news that's going on. And man, it's been so much going on. We know we have the 4th of July coming up, and I was wondering if we're going to be able to actually celebrate. And so if you go on let's see, where am I at? If you go on a site called Patch, Patch, it will actually tell you which communities are having the fireworks and where you'll be able to go to see the fireworks, because I know some people still like them. Now, on July 4th, I want to make this announcement because we only have a few minutes left, and I want to talk about some of the great things that's going on in the city. But on July 4th, Miss Sharelle Tyner, she is going to be having a free 4th of July party for the kids, for the family, for everybody at the corner of Milton and Oliver. It's a huge lot there. So stop over there. It's going to be all day. Make sure you stop over on the 4th of July. Show her some love. Sharelle is out in that community just like me with her boots on the ground. But I got to get some boots like hers because I like her boots. So, we want to make sure that we go out and support this sister. She's out feeding the homeless in her community, giving out food, all kinds of stuff. So we want to make sure that we support her. The other great thing that happened this weekend, we're going to talk about some great stuff right now, some great news that happened. Before I get to the second bit of news, I also want to say this. Yes, thank you, Christina. Oh my goodness, I'm Russian. You see me Russian. Yes, we're gonna talk about that too. The other thing before I go into the good news is that uh, Police Commissioner Harrison, Brandon Scott. There were also some other city council people, police officers. They did a walk over a week ago. They walked through um, well, let me back up a minute. A young man was shot um, at the Dunkin' Donuts at Madame Mall, which is not far from where I live. And actually, the crazy thing about it is that we were at a town hall meeting, and we were actually talking about the crime in the city. And somebody whispered to the person that was to the moderator that somebody had just gotten shot at Madame Mall, and that's what I'm talking about. And when you're trying to combat crime and you're trying to figure out what to do, it's something always going on. So that person got shot and passed away. Condolences to his family. And so the mayor came to Madame Mall, and he was with the police commissioner, and everybody was out there. A lot of people from the community came out, and he did a community walk. So I did the walk with him, and it was really nice. I was able, well, he knows who I am, so we were able to talk for a few minutes. The police commissioner has agreed to come for an interview so we can sit down and talk about the crime that's going on in the city. So look for that interview where I talk to Police Commissioner Harrison, because a lot of people right now are calling for the police commissioner to step down, calling for the mayor to fire him. And I'm like, what do you want this man to do? He is short of so many police officers. Like, what is he supposed to do? I'm just confused. Like, I don't know. And he's a really nice guy. I actually met him when he first came here to Baltimore. So he's a really nice guy, very personable. Y'all probably hear the fire engines and police car right in the background. Welcome to Baltimore. That goes on in my neighborhood all the time, even in the middle of the night. It's like a welcome home card. So anyway, um, so that happened. So I know that they're supposed to be planning something else. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Be a part of it. Be a part of what the community is doing. If you see these things going on, if you can't walk, maybe you could just, drive. People were driving slowly while we were on the walk, but it was a beautiful day. It was a nice walk. One thing I will say, the mayor must exercise a lot because he was not out of breath, and we were all like walking, like how much farther are we going, Mayor? Because he was walking those streets. So shout out to Mayor Brandon Scott. Now let's get to some of the great news that's happening in Baltimore. Christina Flowers has reminded me, thank you so much, because it's a lot going on in his head right now. But Reverend Alvin C. Hathaway, y'all know him? He's going to be on my show tomorrow, and tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We're going to be talking to him because he has something going on July 14th that we all need to be a part of. So I really want you to join me tomorrow night on the What Up Baltimore show, Reverend Alvin C. Hathaway. All right. And then also, Christina has put on here on Tuesday. Let me just put it up here so everybody can see it. On Tuesday, the 29th at 8 p.m., Act Now Baltimore. Tuesday, the 29th at 8 p.m., Act Now Baltimore. Someone else sent me another announcement. Let me pull that up because I promised him that I was going to announce it for him. Yes. So this coming Wednesday night, there's going to be a Zoom town hall meeting at 8 p.m. And it's called "What Can We Do to Save Our Churches?" This is given by Davin. I think I'm saying his name right. Davin Grant, Davin Grant. He's on Facebook, Davin Grant. So you can actually go on his Facebook page. But he's having a Zoom town hall meeting. And if you want the information, let me know, or you can go on his page and he'll give you the information. I'm definitely going to be a part of it. What can be done to save our churches? And he asked me to pass that on to everybody. I think they just need to open the churches up. That's the one thing. Maybe y'all church is open. I know Miss Yolanda's church is open. Her pastor's on point. And so Christina said, let's see. Zoom, it's going to be a Zoom town hall meeting. That's the one that she's talking about. Yeah, the Davin Grant Wake Up Baltimore. So that's another good thing that's going on, because as we talk about the stuff that's going on in our city, some of the things that are weighing us down, there's a lot of positive stuff going on. Y'all pray for me. For those of you just coming in, I've had 3 strokes, and sometimes, some days, this is the part y'all don't see. Sometimes when I start talking, my words start getting jumbled up. And today is one of those days I have no control of it. My brain and mouth are not connecting today. And so that's what's going on. And then I wanted to go back to something Christina said about the Commissioner Harrison needs to engage the grassroots community and include them in their plan. Yes, and that's when we have the show. I want you all to bring those questions out because we are going to be asking those questions, and he's open to answering whatever it is that you all want to know. Yes, and Yolanda is giving her church information. If y'all need to go to church, because listen, my churches are not open yet. I don't know what they waiting for. And so Yolanda says her church is Greater Paradise Christian Center, Bishop Sean Bell. Bishop Sean Bell, shout out to you because you're doing your thing, and you were doing it before the governor said he was opening everything up. Thank you. And then we have Christina Flowers says, our hearts open to God, our minds is fixed on Jesus, the people of church is open. And you know what? This is the thing, Christina. I love that. This is the thing that I want to say in closing, that, church is not always inside the building. A lot of times, church is outside of the 4 walls. God has shown me that over and over again, that I don't have to be up in church because church is outside of the 4 walls, and you can go out there and minister to anybody. So I love what she said. And last but not least, everybody, oh my goodness, yesterday, and shout out to John Hansborough for this. He comes on my station. And so John actually invited me. He's been inviting me for the longest to come to the Poets. Oh my goodness, my brain, I'm not getting it today. It's called the Poets for Dinner. Poets for Dinner. When I tell you that I went to the Poets for Dinner yesterday because I love spoken word, I love open mic, of course I sing, I love music, I love all of that, and I just love the ambiance with the candles and all kinds of stuff. Shout out to Princess Love Givens. Princess, girl, you doing that over there. I absolutely enjoyed myself. The food is free. All she asks you to do is just come in there and love up on somebody, encourage somebody. It was so nice. And shout out to this young man, Nick Variety, because I'm a music person. And a lot of times when the music is good, I'm like this. I'm just in there and I remember all of the words. Shout out to you, sir, because that song that you did yesterday, it's still up here. It's still been playing in my brain. I played it for my son and his girlfriend, and they loved it. Like you got that. Like it's some people that just have talent and they got it. He has it. Okay, love your music. I'm definitely going to be following you and supporting you. So that was a great thing that was going on. It's called Poets for Dinner, and it was 1217 East Preston Street at the Soul Mansion Club, SOL Mansion Club. It was really nice. So if you ever see, go to Princess Love Givens page, or even not her page, but go to Poets for Dinner. They have a Poets for Dinner Facebook page, and you'll be able to go on there and see, what she has coming up. The food was amazing. It was free. They didn't skimp on it. I loved it. Oh my goodness. It was so relaxing. And I'm gonna tell y'all how relaxing it was. It was so relaxing that when I left there, all I wanted to do was just come home and go to sleep. And that's what I did. It was just a really nice event, nice ambiance. The people there were so nice. So thank you, Princess Love, for doing that, because that's what we need in our city with all the craziness that's going on. We need to be able to go to a place like that where you can just kind of, she even said, take your shoes off. You can just kind of sit back, relax, and people are performing and you're eating and talking. They have vendors there. I bought some really nice, I don't know if I don't have everything, but the lady there, she was selling paparazzi jewelry. And I bought some really nice jewelry from her. A beautiful, I don't have my candle over here, but a beautiful candle that this other guy had. It was just a really nice event. So John Hansborough, thank you so much for that. I am grateful. That was a nice ending to my weekend. Christina Flowers has put her hashtag up here, hashtag ministries on the move. Yes. So you guys have a really great rest of the week. Be safe. Anything that you want to share, we're going to be doing our news for Baltimore to really talk about what's going on. The good, because in my magazine, I don't really focus on any of the negativity. I do this for ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And so that's what my What Up Baltimore magazine is about. But then I thought about, you know what? We do need to sit down and have a conversation sometimes about the madness that's going on in the city. So that's what this show is about. Um, so if you would like to be in the magazine, also please let me know if you would like to advertise in the magazine. You can do that. We have a new show that's coming up this coming Thursday. Wednesday, sorry y'all. This coming Wednesday. So if you have a business and you want to advertise your business, or if you have an event or something coming up. Anyway, this show is going to be strictly about business, and it's called Minding Our Business. I wanted to say Minding Our Black Business, but I didn't want to limit it because, it's a lot of people out here that have business stuff going on, so I didn't want to do that. But it's called Minding Our Business, and you're able to come on the show. You could be in a magazine. You can advertise on the station. So I'm going to put the number up on the screen. And this way, if you want to, it says call in, but we're done. You can't call in right now, but you can call that number, or you can text on that number that you would like to do a show with us. And it's called Minding Our Business. Yolanda is going to be on there with me, and we're going to be talking about business, everything business, business owners, entrepreneurs going into business. So listen, make sure you join us this coming Wednesday. It's going to be at 6 p.m., 6 to 7 p.m. Don't miss that. Also, tonight at 8 o'clock, everybody, if who loves 70s trivia? Who's a 70s baby out there? Anybody 60s, 70s baby? We're going to have a show that's called 70s Trivia. We have two couples that are going to be on, and they're going to be going against each other on this trivia game. It's coming up at 8 o'clock tonight, and we are going to have a lot of fun. Whoever wins, they get a gift card so they can go out to dinner, and it's two couples. One is from Baltimore, and one is from Philadelphia. So it's going to be fun. That's on our Be More Brooklyn show, me and my boy, Gilbert Bell. I love Gilbert Bell. So he's going to be on with me tonight, and we're going to have a good time with that. So everybody have a good evening. Make sure you stay safe, stay blessed. I know we have a lot of stuff going on in the city, but listen, we can make a difference just by doing little stuff like what I'm doing right now, just sitting here having a conversation. We can make a difference. We just got to be safe. That's all. So y'all have a great night. I am excited about what is to come. I'm always excited, always anticipating what is to come because I know despite all of the really crazy stuff that's going on, I know the great things are coming. And so, it's just that we gotta stay focused. We gotta stay focused. That's all. It's up to us. We have to stay focused. Don't let anybody knock you off of what you're doing. Be excited about who you are, what you're doing, where you're going. Don't let anybody steal your joy because I don't. I really don't. You're not going to steal my joy. So, y'all have a great night. And this is some Baltimore club music. My son said, "What you know about that? Boy, get out of here." I know about it. Bye, y'all.